with a Minnesota Storm and another NYAC athlete, Chris Gonzalez, meeting in the 71-kilo Greco finals.
Pat Smith is in the red and Gonzalez in the blue.
And for Pat Smith, he has kind of always been one of those guys who could always do it but never got it done.
Fingers, again, hey, be wary of this, man. These referees are all over the fingers. So he already, Pat Smith, I believe, was warned.
And we're just 30 seconds in. Smith leading the series. He won 4-1 in the first match. Gonzalez, if you remember from the Farrell, threw and pinned Smith in the semis of the 71-kilo trials. Gonzalez trying to dig his way into the pocket here. And especially Minnesota Storm, after the very close matches between Tracy Hancock and Hayden Zilmer today, you know that coaching staff wants to get Smith over the hump and put him on a world team.
Of course. And, and you see Patrick Smith is really good at, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Cheney Haight keeps his elbows really tight to his body, doesn't give up position very easily at all. And you're seeing a lot of the same from Chris Gonzalez.
And we're going to, the way the referee's looking, we're going to get passive, and it was confirmed there against Gonzalez. So Smith taking the lead 1-0 here on the strength of 2 passes. And for Smith, I think a lot of it has to do with the difference in his training this year. He was overseas for about 4 months, and you see that kind of in the way his underhooks are a little bit crisper, right? They're a little bit tighter.
Right.
His elbow pulls are a little bit more refined. You know, being able to move, maybe instead of moving Gonzalez 12 inches, now you're moving him 18 inches off his original spot.
Right. And that makes all the difference in the world. At this level, the windows of opportunity are so minuscule, especially at Greco level. Okay, man, oh man, you move him an extra 3-4 inches, and now all of a sudden.
And we're down to the last 50 seconds here. And for those of you not on the split screen, we have a controversial finish in our 57-kilo freestyle final. So I know I'm going to be going back and watching that one again, just like I want to go back and watch the first match of this one, which Smith won 4-1. Currently up 1-0 here, chasing Gonzalez, chasing Smith all over the mat. And we're going to get a passive offered here. And I believe they offered it against Gonzalez, trying to go over the top.
I'm not sure what they're going to call that. 4 red.
Gonzalez not at all happy with that call. So they're putting 2 up on the board. I think he wants the AC coaches to throw the brick. Now,
no,
he's registered as AC, but I believe I saw WCAP coaches in his corner. I could be wrong about that, but either way, now the brick is coming from Smith. I believe what Gonzalez was originally upset about, I think he saw 2 points go on the board for,
right,
or 2 points go up for Smith from the whistle, and he said no, that was my correct throw. So Smith going to be the one challenging it. So update for you, we just had Kendrick Maple win 57 at the Open. Tony Ramos. Excuse me, we just saw Kendrick Maple win 61 at the Open. Tony Ramos just won 57, so he'll be getting the bye to the World Team Trials Finals yet again, just like he had in 2015. We're still waiting on the big board here, and it's finally come up. And driving him through. So you see the chairman on the big board threw up the 2. Taking another look at it. And I didn't get to see the points thrown up from Tucci. I'm looking back at him. Rick Tucci and Zach Harriet run the jury of appeal.
Yikes.
And since they're taking a lot of time here, we might as well give you a score update on what's going on the main stage. We saw Manville win the first match over Kamal Bay, and he's got a 4-0 lead just 24 seconds in. in the second match of the series.
Halfway to a tech. You're on a minute down.
It's looking like Manville. So
all right.
4 red is the call. So Smith now with a 5-0 lead and 22 to go in the first. And the Gonzalez camp cannot be happy about that one. Smith just 3 points away from a tech. He's already, and
I'm not sure if you can challenge a challenge, can you?
this is, now we're getting into triple stamp and the double stamp. And the official's giving it back to him saying, no, you cannot.
Yeah.
Challenge.
All right.
And Gonzalez, you know, he made a lot of changes in his life moving to the OTC. Was able to make the world team in November, go on to Budapest. Had a pretty good performance, actually placed in the top 10. But right now, Pat Smith is looking like the one who's going to make his first world team at senior level. You see Coach Brandon Paulson here and Dan Chandler. And one thing that's amazing, that despite the number of athletes that Minnesota Storm brought, Chandler and Paulson are able to make almost every match into the corner.
Yeah, they've been they got their track shoes on this weekend. That's for sure. They're
very
sprinting
impressive.
around, upstairs, downstairs, all over the place.
So last 3 minutes here, potentially, of Chris Gonzalez's season. Pat Smith looking to hold on. I imagine, you know, again, we were talking about his difference in training situation. I believe that one of the things that it helped is his ability to close out matches, and we're going to find that out here. I'll mention it again. Gonzalez pinned Smith in the Farrell semis, so we know he has that ability to finish a lat drop, particularly in the center of the mat here. But Gonzalez's, Smith's feet movement kind of makes me worried if I'm Gonzalez coach as far as his ability to be able to keep him immobilized for long enough to get that throw going.
No question.
And I don't believe we've seen any passives yet here, about a minute into this period. And now we're starting to see the ref point the finger at Gonzalez. Smith continuing to drive forward now. And what you're seeing from Gonzalez, he's kind of starting to get those feet up off the ground a little more. And now we see the official throwing the wrist out for red. We might see a passive against Smith coming soon. Down to the last 90 seconds. World team spot on the line. This is the first world team spot that we are going to see. We had 8 determined yesterday. 6-0 now after
he's going to have to go on that.
Smith gets the passive. So he's not just, even a 5 won't do it. He's going to need a trap arm or a fall. Down to the last minute. Gonzalez was out for the majority of the season with a hernia injury. And either way, I think this is
academic.
Yeah. And they're offering caution in 2. They're offering caution in 2 for Gonzalez against Smith.
Using the leg foul here.
I want to make sure that I saw that correctly. Mike, as you said, defensive leg foul. They're gonna get a second look at it. So they're gonna do a mat side review, which we've had some controversy with this today.
We have.
So Mike, let's explain it to people.
Yes. Okay. So what happened was, if the officials decide to just for their own specifications look at the action that they called by themselves, that is one thing. It is not a challenge by either corner.
And it's similar to the NCAA. They have this NCAA where an official can say, "My time. I want to review this."
That's right. And they've been taking look, this is a big spot, especially for women and for Greco, okay? These guys and gals are here to make a team. The officiating staffs, by the way, phenomenal all weekend, okay, have really taken their time, tried their best to get everything correct, by the rules that they're presented. Now, some of y'all might not like the rules that they are presented. You know, we caught a bunch of guff on Twitter last night about the correct throw by Oliver like it was our rule, but the officiating staff made the correct call with the rules that are in place in April of 2017. Are we going to wrestle it like that in Paris?
I hope so. I don't like when they change the rules. All right, so we are going to get a ruling here. And the way that Smith is going, the ruling is that no points are on the board, and it was just a slip. And he's looking like he wants to finish this off with a takedown, going snap down. Gonzalez doing something that I saw Tracy Hancock do in the Vegas finals, throwing his hand out to say, look, Smith's the one being passive, as Gonzalez tries to go flying squirrel here. And I'm not sure if that's Lindland or who taught them that, but kind of similar to something Askew Bader, which is kind of telling the ref, hey, he's down. Yeah. Similar to, hey, he's the one being passive. My hands aren't trapped in there. 20 seconds to go. Gonzalez continuing to attack. Very admirable by him to try and defend his world team spot. Not going down without a fight. And I'm going to let these two finish it out in the last 10 seconds. So Pat Smith is our 71-kilo representative, his first senior world team. And in addition, Mason Manville just made his first senior world team at 75 kilos. So our middleweights, they're going to be green, but they're hungry. Congratulations to those hardworking men. And for Gonzalez and Bay,
we got some leg grabbers coming here, though. Nazer Kolchitsky. And we got Greasy.
Look at this.
It's going down.
Look at the love from Paulson on Smith here.
Sure.
And